Hi, and welcome to Accounting Information Systems. My name is Dr. Annette Moultrie, and we will continue with Chapter 3, Computer Crime, Fraud, and Ethics. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. This is part 2 of Computer Crime, Fraud, and Ethics. In this video, I will discuss computer hacking as well as the proper controls and procedures for preventing them. I will also discuss the profile of cybercrimes, cybercriminals, and also the importance of ethical behavior within the accounting information systems environment. In one of the most widely publicized hacks of this decade, hackers stole credit and debit card information from more than 40 million customers of Target stores. Customers who purchased goods from Target stores during the Christmas shopping season were targeted by a malware called Black POS, which was written by a Russian teenager who sold his malware to hackers. The malware was installed onto the credit card reading machines in Target stores. The stolen data allowed cybercriminals to create replica credit cards. They withdrew funds from ATMs and they used the stolen credit card information to make purchases. Hacking is a widespread problem. This is due in part to the fact that many computer applications now involve cloud, local, and wide area networks, where computer files become accessible to unauthorized users. With the widespread use of cloud-based and internet-based services, users are able to log onto a vast array of systems from remote sites, which increases the vulnerability to hacking. On October 21st, 2016, a sophisticated distributed denial of service attack was launched against domain name system DNS provider, DYN. Utilizing the malware and countless devices, hackers were able to create a sizable botnet that broke the internet. So you ask, what is a botnet? B-O-T-N-E-T. Well, it is a network of internet-connected devices that are infected with malware. Botnets are controlled by a hacker or maybe a group of hackers and are used for malicious intent without the true owner's knowledge or consent. Before the dust settled, many websites such as Twitter, Spotify, PayPal, Pinterest, Netflix, and a host of companies utilizing Amazon Web Services were crippled or unreachable for a large block of time. DOS attacks can take multiple forms and often involve malware. Malware is a term for many types of malicious or damaging software. Some of them are called viruses, worms, and Trojan horses. There are a number of ways to prevent computer viruses. Some of those ways are firewalls, which limit external access to companies' computers, antivirus software, and antivirus control procedures. These are some ways you can prevent computer viruses. Antivirus software are computer programs that scan inputs for malware and virus-like coding, identify active malware already lodged in a computer system, it cleans the infected system, or performs some combination of these activities. In organizational settings, effective control procedures against computer viruses include educating the users about the viruses and encourage computer users to follow the virus prevention and detection techniques. There are additional control procedures. One is adopting policies that discourage externally acquired computer programs. requiring users to create strong passwords that limit unauthorized access to computing resources. And another is using an antivirus filter on networks. Most employees do not automatically follow organizational security policies and procedures. They are rarely rewarded for it, and understanding security can take time away from the activities for which they are directly rewarded. This is why experts agree that computer security begins or ends with top management and security policies. Controlling cybercrime means controlling people, but which people? Many computer abusers are the employees of the same companies at which the crime takes place. So it's important to increase employee awareness and education. Protecting passwords is an important dimension of computer security because passwords are the keys to the kingdom, or what they consider valuable corporate data. Hackers use a variety of tactics to steal passwords. Some of them, they include posing as a legitimate user and borrowing them for the unsuspecting employees. They create phishing websites that ask users to input their passwords for security purposes, or using simulation programs that try all the words in a standard dictionary as potential passwords. Here are 10 simple steps to safeguard personal computers. One is to keep your firewall turned on. Install or update your antivirus software. Keep your operating system up to date. Do not provide personal information online. You want to be careful what you download. Turn off your computer at night, they say. Create backups. Use surge protectors. And protect your passwords. We'll discuss some preventions. Now, most cybercrime and abuse succeeds because of the absence of controls rather than the failure of controls. And there are many reasons why businesses do not implement control procedures to deter cybercrime. To prevent specific types of crime, criminologists often look for common character traits with which to screen potential culprits. Computer offenses are committed by those with strong technical backgrounds. However, research shows that many computer offenses are perpetrated by clerical personnel, data entry clerks, and similar individuals with limited technical skills. Although most media reports suggest that computer offenders are uniformly bright, they're motivated, talented, and they're college-educated individuals, the average computer criminal often does not fit this profile. Physical safeguards can be even more important than logical ones in deterring computer crime and abuse. Think about it. Did you know that the most common security problem with laptop computers and e-devices is simple theft? That's it. They could steal your laptop. Your laptop is not password protected. So they have access to all your information that's in your laptop, all the information that's in your smartphone, if it's not password protected. Organizations collect overwhelming quantities of data with modern accounting and database systems. These data can be employed to seek out indicators of crime and fraud. And we'll discuss two of the current and developing techniques. One is query and spreadsheet skills. Query and spreadsheet skills. The most basic spreadsheet and database query skills can be valuable fraud detection tools. Imagine for a moment that you are an internal auditor and you have access to all of your company's sales and credit memo records. You can develop queries or spreadsheet manipulations to look for red flags related to revenue recognition. Another technique is data and text mining. Now, big data has become a hot topic in the accounting information system community. Big data refers to the fact that many organizations now capture nearly endless quantities of data. Another technique is employ forensic accountants. When an organization suspects an ongoing computer crime or fraud, it hires a forensic accountant to investigate its problem, document findings, and the forensic accountant makes recommendations. Here's a study break question. Which of these is not helpful in attempting to thwart computer crime and abuse? A, enlist the support of top management. B, keep employees in the dark so that they cannot perpetrate them. C, use strong passwords. Or D, design and test disaster recovery programs. And the answer is B, keep employees in the dark so they cannot perpetrate them. Here's another study break question. Most computer criminals, A, have non-technical backgrounds. B, have non-criminal backgrounds. C, have little college education. D, are young and bright. Or E, have probably not been caught, so we don't know much about them. Which one is it? A, B, C, D, or E? And the answer is E. Have probably not been caught, so they don't know much about them. In our next session, we'll be discussing ethical issues, privacy, and identity theft. Ethical concerns are often an issue in the instance of computer abuse. Ethical issues are overlooked, and the costs of recovering from the abuse are ignored. The acceptability of these motives involve issues of morality. The accounting profession has a number of associations, such as the Institute of Management Accountants, the American Institute of Certified Public Accountant, the Institute of Internal Auditors, and the Information System Audit and Control Associations that have had codes of ethics or codes of professional conduct in force for a number of years. Because a significant amount of business activity and data communications now take place on the internet, it is not surprising that an increasing amount of computer crime involves the internet. Some examples include thieves supplying fake credit card numbers to online retailers in order to buy everything from investment securities to internet access time itself, copying web pages without permission, denying legitimate users internet access, harassment, stalking, and posing as someone else for any number of illegal or dishonest purpose. But how can an organization encourage ethical behavior? How can organizations encourage ethical behavior? I'll tell you a few of them. 1, inform employees that ethics are important. 2, formally expose employees to relevant cases that teach them how to act responsibly in specific situations. 3, teach by example. That is, by managers acting responsibly. 4, use job promotions and other benefits to reward those employees who act responsibly. Here are a few examples of ethical issues in computer usage. Ethical issue, honesty. Example, in computer usage, organizations expect employees to perform their own work, to refrain from accessing unauthorized information, and to provide authentic results of program outputs. Another ethical issue is social responsibility. Sometimes social responsibility conflicts with other organizational goals. For example, suppose a programmer discovers a possible error in a software program that controls a missile guidance system. His boss tells him to ignore it. The design team is already over budget, and this is only a possible error. Because of the widespread use of computers in business, coupled with the fact that many employees travel and use portable devices, employers should develop and distribute company policies with respect to privacy. The Fair Employment Practices Guidelines suggest that these policies cover such issues as who owns the computer and the data stored on the computer, how may the computer be used, and what uses are unauthorized or prohibited. Identity theft. It refers to an act in which someone wrongfully obtains and uses another person's personal data for fraud or deception. Unlike your fingerprints, which are unique to you and cannot be used by someone else, your personal data can be used by other individuals to their advantage. Thieves steal identities in a number of ways, including dumpster diving. That's stealing personal information from garbage cans. Taking delivered or outgoing mail from house mailboxes, or making telephone solicitations that ask for personal information. Another way of identity theft is them performing phishing scams. That's when they use email or websites that claim to be legitimate, but that they ask you to provide or update your personal information, such as account number, credit card, or your password. Another way someone can steal your identity is by smishing. And smishing is a similar scam. They use text messages on the cell phones. That's how they will actually smish you, so to speak. So we're going to go into some identity theft methods. These are some examples of how you can become a victim of identity theft. And we talked about a few of them just earlier. One method is shoulder surfing. It's watching you from a nearby location as you punch in your debit or credit card number. Another is listening to your conversation if you give your debit or credit card number over the telephone to a hotel or a rental car company. We talked about dumpster diving. Key logging software is loading this type of software on computers in general use areas such as university computer labs or public libraries to obtain your personal data and other identifying data such as passwords or banking information. So we're finishing up here with chapter 3, and I'm just going to go just over a few of the highlights from chapter 3. One is cybercrime is growing, and it's likely to be expensive for those organizations that suffer from it. For fraud to occur, three things must happen. There must be an opportunity, a rationalization, and a need. Organizations can encourage ethical behavior by educating employees, rewarding employees, encouraging employees to join professional associations with ethical codes of conduct. And of course, identity theft is a growing problem. And we as individuals must adopt reasonable precautions to protect our personal data. Again, the content for this video is taken from the book entitled Core Concepts of Accounting Information Systems, 13th edition. The publisher is Wiley & Son. Thank you so much.